Edomites, they're going to be destroyed too. These heathens don't have no salvation. The Christian church has been lying to them, telling them there's salvation for everybody, and they believe on it. But that's a bad time for us. That's evil. Go ahead.
And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man.
Right. You know what? When this chip comes out, this chip has a lithium battery in it. There's many reports of the lithium batteries in smoke cartridges and phones exploding and catching fire. And if you have a lithium battery in your hand and it burns inside your flesh, it's going to burn like a scorpion sting. Go ahead.
And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it.
Right.
They shall desire to die.
They're going to want to die because the plagues are going to be so bad here in America. There's going to be blood all over this place. It's actually going to be running with blood. There's going to be groups just taking it upon themselves to hunt and eat human flesh, because there will be no food, just like in Venezuela. Go ahead.
And death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. Right.
We're getting into these chariots. That's what we're getting into. All right. And the Edomite, the American powers, they've been trying to create these to come against this power. This is why you see them creating lasers. All right, they're trying to create all these other technologies to try to defeat the chariots that are coming. So they're trying to build chariots. In fact, I just recently heard them talking that the America's declaring that they made what is it? Anti-gravity vehicle. Why? Because they're going to try to chase these chariots down and fight them. Just like you saw in Independence Day. But see, they're deceived. Go ahead and drop that and get Obadiah. See, they deceive themselves. They've told this lie so much so they believe it themselves. They really believe that they're God in their mind. They're a legend in their own mind.
Obadiah 1:1.
Yeah, you can start there.
Obadiah 1, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, the power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador he is sent among the heathens. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Right. We're going to rise up against this place in battle. But we don't have the ability to fight the white man with his own gun. We're going to take him spiritually in the power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Just like Moses did many miracles and delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt, it's going to be the same but greater. Go ahead.
Obadiah 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made three small among the heathens, thou art greatly despised.
Right, and that's our enemy, that's our oppressor. Esau, he calls us minorities, but the so-called white man is the minority. He actually only makes 2% up of the population, because they do not produce like a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian. They don't have, they're homosexuals by nature, so they don't produce as many children as a Israelite man does, or even another heathen race. Right?
Obadiah 1, verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Right. So the pride of your heart has deceived you. This image has deceived many people. It deceived you so much that you think you could take on what you call UFOs. That's why there's a lot of movies in Hollywood showing America defeating what they call UFOs. But they're not going to defeat them, because those are spiritual. And the so-called plane now is a cardinal technology. It's like throwing a rock. That's all it is. It's a projected rock. like, you know what I'm saying, like a missile, like a bullet. There's no real technology in that. But Esau, who is the ruling power of these governments today, they believe that they can take on who everybody ignorantly calls God or Jesus. All right? They think they can fight these UFOs. Last night, did you guys hear about it? Over Denver, there was lights seen over Denver at 9 p.m. It was in 9 News. Yeah, what it's coming are these chariots, what people call UFOs. Have you ever seen a UFO? Well, they're coming, they're real. And they're coming and they're gonna judge this place. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna burn it up. They're gonna burn this place up and save who is named to be saved. But also, military start to say that they took responsibility of that, and they said it was big cargo planes. Do you know what that entails? That entails martial law. Have you heard of martial law?
What's going on over here?
Have you heard of martial law? Do you think that's coming? I'm telling you right now, you better believe that's coming. Soon this chip is going to be required and your money is going to be illegal. That's why there's numbers on it. They're going to make it to where if you have so-called American currency on you, you're going to be arrested and put in FEMA camps. Do you know right around the corner here at the rescue missions, the homeless people, that they have coach buses that they load the homeless people on and they take them to another city supposedly? Well, Denver being a city don't want them, what other city will take them? They're putting them in FEMA camps. And that's eventually going to be very normal around here. Because America's falling just like Rome fell. And as it's falling, the shames of America is being exposed. The shames of what this country was really built on and founded on is being exposed. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right, what does America say? America says, who can bring me down to the ground? Your American President Trump is the proudest man to be in existence currently. Go ahead, read that verse again.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right. Who could destroy America? All right? They even said it with this here, when they landed on the moon. Read that again. Same verse.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who shall bring me down to the ground? Why? Because they truly think they're God. They truly lied so much that they believe their own lie. They believe they're God. Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Right. And see, that's what they done when they landed on the moon. Read that verse again.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, as though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the power.
Right. They exalt themselves as the eagle, right? And they put their nest in the moon. That's touching the stars, right? But see, they're gonna come against these, and their power ain't gonna be good enough. Your ability is gonna fail you. Your victories have defeated you, America. Go ahead.
If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Right. Doesn't an average thief come to take just to get what he needs? Go ahead.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Right. Even the people that would have stole your vegetables out of your garden, don't they leave a couple around on the ground? Go ahead.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden?
Right. And like I said, as the fall of America takes place, the shame of America is being exposed because they are grimy crooks. America was built on blood, on rape, on murder, on robbery. Go ahead.
How are there is hidden things sought up.
Right, and that's what's being exposed right now. That's why you're seeing all these perverts being exposed, because America ain't nothing but a bunch of perverts. Go ahead.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right, your union, your United Nations, the NATO, all these groups, these are the signs of your destruction when they came to play. Now this is the prophecy of your fall, because you thought you were able to build this tower to deliver yourself from the judgment of the Most High. Go ahead.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right. So that's the power of the Most High. See, he can control man's minds. He's the power that gives a man or a woman a thought of suicide, gives them the ability to grab the gun or the rope and take their own life. And that's what he's doing to America. He's having America commit suicide. What's soon to come is thermonuclear fire by intercontinental ballistic missiles, because all your allies are going to turn their back on America because of its shame. Go ahead. There's only one chapter over there.
The men were at peace with thee.
Come closer though. Right here, so the camera, so they can hear you better.
And the men were at peace with thee, have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee.
Right. Like your allies, America's allies, they're going to turn on America. Go ahead.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right. As America is weak, all these other nations are going to jump on America as a group and destroy it. Go ahead.
Shall I not in that day, saith the power, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Right. Even the congressmen that sit at the highest mountain, at the highest tops of your mountains in America, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be affected. There ain't going to be nobody not affected by this. The president will be affected by this, because the power they come against is not a power of man, but the power that created all things, the good and the bad, the evil and the righteous. Go ahead.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau.
Right, there's a nation that the Lord has designed to destroy. Go ahead.
And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Every man of Esau, woman, child is going to be put to death. And that's what these chariots are coming. Martial law is coming. And soon you're going to be fending for yourselves. There ain't going to be no police out here to protect you. In fact, they're going to hunt you. Do you know what they used to do to women in the 1940s, 1950s? Huh? They used to rape them. They used to rape the little girls. They used to rape the little boys. It's going to be worse than that. That's what's coming. Go ahead.
And for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Right. So the judgment of what they've done to our people and what they still are doing, shame shall cover thee. And that's why all this exposing of Hollywood, exposing of politicians, because even the people that sit at the highest points of your mountains here in America, they're being destroyed. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
Forever. There is no coming back. You can't pay for your way. You can't be good enough. You can't feed enough poor to make you a spot into the kingdom. Go ahead.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive in his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, you cast lots upon us. That's what Social Security numbers are. That's what these jobs are. Those are lots. They tell you, I'll give you this much for you. And you either take it or not. They're casting these lots to you. How much for your garment? How much for your soul? Go ahead. Even thou wast of one of them. Mm-hmm. But even though you wasn't one of them.
That's why we're amongst a bunch of different mixing of nations. Go ahead.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
Right. You look down upon us. That's why Trump says he's chasing, he's hunting all these so-called Mexicans and destroying their families. Soon, people ain't going to take that no more. Soon, the Most High is going to put a spirit in them, and they're going to start slaughtering on these streets. They're going to slaughter the wicked, and it's going to be a God-given right to them. Go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Right, because Judah is the so-called African American. America rejoiced at the destruction of the so-called African American. America rejoices at the destruction of the so-called Mexican. They rejoice at the destruction of the so-called Native American Indian. Go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
And see, you still talk proud about us. You'll still talk shit about the Negro, the Latino, and Native American Indian when this country couldn't live or exist without the Negro, Latino, or Native American Indian. Go ahead.
Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity.
And that's what they did against us. They came up against us and destroyed us. Go ahead.
Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
And see, America's guilty of that because you see all the statues in America are glorifying their doing of that, of them destroying us. Any city in America, if you go look at the monuments, it's all about the slavery of the destruction of America. How they came into this land and they took it and they shed the blood of the people who lived here, and they brought more people here and shed the blood of them. Go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossways to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the days of distress.
Right, because the northern kingdom came here before Judah got chased down in Israel in 70 AD. Northern kingdom